Hello everyone, Professor Crizzle here. I hope everyone's having a nice Saturday. I just wanted to make a quick video kind of giving an update on the tariff situation that we've been following. We know that the tariffs between the US and China are still in effect, are still slowly going to start hitting the costs and the supplies that we run into at the store. So there have been some updates. The Trump administration has said that they don't plan on stopping the tariffs, but Trump has also said that there have been talks between the US and China to roll back some of these tariffs. Over 100% tariffs the US has put on and China has put on as well. About 145 and 125% tariffs. So these are pretty strong tariffs that would really hurt trade because they're so high. So we know that other countries are currently in that 90-day grace period where the Trump administration put a pause on tariffs. China tariff beyond 10%. China, though, these tariffs are still in effect. However, the Trump administration has said that there are these high-level meetings going on between the US and China. Chinese officials, government officials, have denied those claims, though, that there are these meetings going on. So we don't quite know what's going on. The Trump administration says yes, high level meetings going on. The Chinese authorities say no, these high level meetings are not going on. So we'll see how that plays out. But what I also wanted to highlight is the difficulty in sustaining long-term tariffs if they start to hurt the economy. So this really shows the difference between a democracy and an authoritarian regime. So in a democracy where leaders are concerned about winning that next election or their party winning that next election, short-term economic pain can be hard to withstand. So when we experienced higher gas prices under President Biden, the former President Biden, we know that hurt his polls and people were frustrated about those short-term costs. In an authoritarian regime, those short-term costs aren't as threatening to the regime because they don't have to win the election in a year or the election in 2 years. So I'm going to do a separate video about democracies and authoritarian regimes and how they are pressured, but it's an important thing to think about now just with tariffs and how authorities, government officials will respond. Thank you.